tax time has arrived once again. But before you start preparing your return, you'll need to gather some forms and data. Hi, and welcome to another segment of Tax and Business Matters. In this series, we will talk about the ultimate tax time checklists. I'm your host, May Watson. Collecting everything before you start filling out forms and crunching numbers will simplify and speed up the often tedious process of filling out your tax return. In today's segment, we will lay out the requirements for single filers. If you're single and employed by someone else, your tax return will be relatively easy to prepare. Here's a checklist of the information you should pull together. Number 1. Last year's tax return. If you use tax preparation software, it will ask you for much of the information contained on last year's return. Number 2. Social Security number. Your SSN is a unique identifier that theoretically ensures that the government won't confuse you with someone else who shares your name. Missing or incorrect SSNs are one of the most common tax mistakes, yet one of the easiest mistakes to avoid. Number 3. Form W-2. This is the form your employer gives you that lists your wages. The W-2 gives you the numbers you need to report your wages, salaries, and tips, line 7, as well as federal income tax withheld, line 61. Number 4. Forms 1099. If you earn self-employment income, non-employee compensation, rents, royalties or other miscellaneous, you will receive this form in the mail. If your self-employment income exceeds $400, you'll also need to file Schedule SE, which we'll cover in the later part of the series. Number 5. Forms 1099 INT and 1099 DIV. These forms are used to report any interest and dividend income you earn. For example, if you have a certificate of deposit that earn interest, that income would be reported on Form 1099 INT. Similarly, if you own any stocks that paid dividends and they aren't in your retirement account, Form 1099 DIV will report that income. Number 6. Forms 1099R. This form shows money received from pensions, annuities, retirement or profit-sharing plans, IRAs, insurance contracts and other sources of retirement income. If you received any of these, Form 1099R will memorialize it. Number 6. Other income. If you received an employment income, alimony, gambling proceeds, jury duty pay, rental income, cancellation of debt or sold your home, you may have additional income to report. Also, be aware that most types of income are taxable even if they aren't reported on a 1099 form. Now that you've gathered information about your income, you'll need to gather information that will reduce your tax bill. So here are the credits and deductions that are some of the most common. Number 1. IRA contributions. If you contributed to an IRA, the IRS wants to know about it. If your contribution was to a traditional IRA, your tax bill will be reduced accordingly, depending on your income. Number 8. Education-related credits and deductions. The IRS allows qualified taxpayers to reduce their tax bills for expenses related to post-secondary education at a qualified institution. If you paid student loan interest in excess of $600, your loan servicer should provide you with a Form 10980 showing how much interest you paid last year. Interest payments of less than $600 are still deductible, but you'll have to look up the information yourself. If you have eligible education expenses, you can use either Form 8863 or Form 8917 to claim an education credit or a tuition and fees deduction. Number 3. Other adjustments. If you contributed to a health savings account, paid moving expenses for a qualified job change or incurred K-12 educator expenses, these may also reduce your tax bill. That's the last on the list of the tax requirements and deductions for single filers. In the next segment of Tax and Business Matters, we will talk about tax requirements for married filers or filers with children. Check on the programs you missed at www.howtodouryourowntaxes.com. Once again, this is May Watson, saying, even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. Till next time, goodbye for now.